Welcome back to Mike and Athena Live. Athena, it turns out not to be here this week, but she promises to be here next week. But in the meantime, we asked our friend Linda Lester to come in, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Okay.
Yes.
How are you involved with that?
Well, the reason I got involved was because my son was nominated for the Man of the Year.
I've heard about that
Yes.
before.
And,
I mean, previous years.
Yes, every year.
Yeah.
It's a campaign that comes out every year. And the way that is decided is really it's a fundraiser. And so whoever raises the most money is then the Man for the Year.
That sounds kind of like a fun way to do it.
It is, right.
And
Yes,
it gets
it
a
is.
little more attention.
And for every dollar, the nominee gets a vote.
A vote, okay.
So that's exactly how it is.
So we're going to get him a couple votes. We're going to buy some
we
votes.
Hope so.
We're buying in this
so.
election.
That's right. So the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, their mission really is to eventually prevent cancer and leukemia or any of the blood diseases.
Now, tell me this. Is lymphoma cancer in the lymph nodes and leukemia is cancer in the bloodstream?
Yes.
Okay.
They're all forms of cancer.
Right.
Just different ones show up in different places.
And this one
right.
that specializes in that. We have some graphics up there.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep interrupting you with
That's okay.
tidbits.
So anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about the campaign for man and woman because this year there are 5 male candidates and 5 female candidates that are competing for the top title of Man or Woman of the Year.
And tell me your son's name.
Tyler.
Tyler, that's right.
Yes.
Tyler Lester.
Tyler Lester.
And how did he get
yes.
involved in all this?
Well, it was because of his good friend Matt Olson.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt was Tyler's friend in college. And Ty found out that in 2018, Matt was diagnosed with lymphoma.
Okay.
And
is this, who do we have here?
that's a picture of Matt Olson and his family, 2 boys and his wife. And the thing that brought our attention to Matt, well, first of all, Tyler had known him in college and didn't know that he was struggling with this disease. But the interesting thing about it, and that's so uplifting and should be so encouraging to anybody that's dealing with cancer, any type of cancer, is that during his chemo, which many times people are so devastated by the disease or the diagnosis, and then chemo, which many of them,
wipe you out a
yeah,
little bit, huh?
they do. Everybody complains of fatigue and tiredness, but Matt was a sports enthusiast to begin with,
boy.
And he continued on through his chemo with his workouts, and he actually did a workout challenge. To raise money for the Cancer Society, and he completed 864,000 squats in a 24-hour period.
What? Say that all over again.
8,646, I think,
In a 24-hour
squats in a
period.
24-hour
Oh, my
period.
gosh.
And he challenged anybody that Matt meets. He challenges. I mean, he would round up the doctors and the nurses in the hospital.
I couldn't keep up for an hour.
Yeah,
or
no,
anything.
well, I couldn't either. I didn't want to do a squat when I was feeling my best, right?
Yeah.
And he raised $11,000
great.
that he then donated and gave to the Cancer Research Society.
And now tell me there's been a lot of changes. When I was a kid in the 60s and a kid in our school had leukemia, that was it.
It was over.
It was over.
Really, the diagnosis for you then was get your life in order. Your life is over.
Yeah.
And now you have almost 80% of leukemia patients that, due to the research through these research foundations, have been able to come up with these cures. And I'll have to read you some of this. I don't have it memorized. But every 3 minutes, someone is diagnosed with blood cancer. And every 9 minutes, someone dies of the disease. An estimated 1.3 million people in the United States are living with it or in remission of some kind of the blood cancers. $323 million was given to research by the National Campaign for Lymphoma Leukemia from the Lymphoma Leukemia Society. 1.2 billion in research. And it's interesting because Fresno last year alone donated $1.2 million
Is that right?
to
Good for
research. Yes.
Fresno.
And I love this one too. Nearly 40% of new cancer therapies approved by the FDI between 2000 and 2015 were first approved for blood cancer patients. So you can see that this research for blood cancer patients then ripples out.
Right. It's really a real thing.
Absolutely, it's a real thing.
So we have a disease out there. There for years there's been telethons and fundraising and stuff, and one really came up with some results.
Exactly. And so the Man and Woman of the Year campaign, it really is a philanthropic competition in the communities all across the United States. We're involved just in Fresno. Of course, as I said, I'm involved because my son is running for the top Man of the Year.
And when he's running, it's, it would be an honor to get it, but really what it means, he's going to work his tail off to raise money for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, $1 at a time.
Exactly.
Wow.
And, of course, we reach out for individual donations. My letters to all of my friends, I want you to know, all went out this morning, but looking for sponsorships from corporations and businesses. We have our first event for the kickoff for the society is tonight.
Okay.
And that's all planned.
Is this the invitation here?
That is the invitation.
Where is it? Tell me about that.
This is at, look at it on there, because I
can't see that far.
What does it say, Michael? It's at the park. What's the name of the park? Holland Park West.
Oh, yeah, Holland Park West. Yeah, that's a very cool place to have a fundraiser. It's tonight.
And it really isn't a fundraiser. This is just the kickoff celebration. And so all the nominees will be there.
Now, if you're watching this not live, it's Wednesday, February 13th at 6 p.m. at Holland Park West. And that's out by
off of Grantland and 99.
Grantland and 99 area. So if you're watching this on the 14th or 15th, don't
You're
go
too
out
late.
there.
Yeah,
but you can still send some money in.
And
hopefully you're going to tell our guests how they can do that.
Yes, definitely they can do that. But I do want to mention that our first big fundraiser, just for Tyler, will be on March 2nd.
Okay.
And it's a high fitness, not really competition, but they do these events anymore. And the high fitness instructor will be Tisha, which everybody in Fresno knows because they say she's the best.
The best at high fitness.
That's right. And that will be held at our property, which is out by the river. And that is open to everybody.
At your home.
At my home, yes.
If you wanted to go to Linda Lester's home, here's your chance.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to cost some money, for the fundraiser, but it'll be worth it.
It is, and it's beautiful. It's right on the river, so you get to see the
nice.
San Joaquin River, which is flowing nicely.
It's a nice time to see it, isn't it?
It's a beautiful time to see it
right
right now.
What date? March the 2nd?
March 2nd, from 8 until 12.
That's Saturday night, I think.
That's a Saturday morning.
They
start early.
Okay. Say the time again.
People from 8 to 12.
Okay, I was going to go at night
2nd.
from 8 to 12.
I think that there's a fee of $10 to come and participate. Yeah, and we'll have different booths there with Naomi Hendricks of Raw Food Fresno.
Fresno,
She will be there with her taco truck, and we have a person that will be there with their CBD oil, a booth for that. Nice. We have some yoga instructors that will be there teaching yoga. We have people that will be giving massage after you do your high fitness, so you can have a little massage.
Do you have to be there at 8, or is it just
no? You could
in?
come.
Okay.
You could drop in.
I'm not going
anytime.
at 8, but I'll go.
Yeah,
maybe 9:30.
I'm picking you up, so you are going.
Right.
You are definitely going, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, what else do you want our viewers to know? Is there a place people could commit money now?
Yes, and I do have. I don't know, Mike. Were you able to put up Tyler's website where you can donate to? I'm shuffling through papers, which we're not supposed to do on live camera,
Let me see if it's on here. Let me see if the website's on here.
Yeah, it is right here.
Okay.
I can see that.
I cannot.
Oh, I can see that. So it would be HTTP and / the whole thing, MWOY, which is Man, Woman of Year, okay, and then Tyler at .org.
.org. I have it here too. MWOY, Man or Woman of the Year, MWOY, Tyler.org. Go there. And you know what? If you didn't write it down or you can't get it that fast, call me here at Central Valley Talk, and I will give you that direct web address. How's that?
Right. Or if anybody, Mike, would like to pick up a brochure about this, I'm going to leave brochures here for
some
anybody
brochures
to pick up.
here.
Yes, for
and,
that.
Well, very good. We know who, what, where. Tyler Lester is the candidate to be Man of the Year, and he's going to get there by raising the most money. And we want our viewers. It's not just for Tyler; it all goes to the lymphoma.
Well, it's for his mother
Society,
who wants to win. Don't you know that, right? I do want to say that we'll have another event which will be held held on March 30th with the dueling pianos. Are you familiar with dueling? Everybody's loving the dueling pianos. And I'll come back and make announcements about that. And then the final event, and when they tell everybody who wins, will be on April 26th.
That'd be fun to be there.
That's a big event. Yeah. There's over 800 or 900 people that show up for that every year. And for that one, we have a silent auction, a raffle that goes off, and a lot of big ticketed items.
Good. Let's get Tyler Lester elected as Man of the Year for the Leukemia and Lymphoma. Do I say them backwards?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Society.
Which is easiest to say, Mike? Lymphoma, leukemia, or leukemia, lymphoma? Okay,
like
whichever way.
Leukemia. Anyway, donate at MWOY, that's Man and Woman of the Year, MWOYTyler.org. We'll be back with more Mike and Athena after this.
Thank you, Mike.